So how about them Eagles?
Oh, are we starting?
Yeah, we can go. I'm
so sorry.
It's recording. I'm sitting.
How about those Eagles? The real question is, do you think you can repeat?
Do I think we can repeat? No idea. I am still in a little bit of shock. I was confident for the win. I couldn't have called
24-0 going into halftime.
24-0 going into halftime.
I want you to know, I'm obviously not an Eagles fan, but I was an Eagles fan on Sunday because I won 2 blocks in my block pool. They made me money. Cash money.
When you told me that you were going to be wearing an Ertz jersey, it didn't register in my head that it was an Eagles Ertz jersey. I thought you had a Commander's Ertz jersey.
I would not do that. I wouldn't do that.
Going to be wearing.
Actually, that is exactly what I would do, but I wanted to show the respect. They were the better team.
And I think my brother was wearing a Zach Ertz Eagles jersey as well. Yeah, I couldn't tell.
He's the boy. I like Zach Ertz.
Yeah, he's good.
I like him a lot. But wow, let's be honest. It was a shit game. Horrible game to watch.
Absolutely.
Like if you're a fan, especially if you're a Chiefs fan, it was the worst Super Bowl of all time. But as a neutral, it's like it was a blowout, and I didn't care.
Yeah, some cool stuff happened, but by the time some of that cool stuff was happening, it's like
the Cooper DeJean birthday touchdown was amazing.
The pick six was really good.
That was fun.
Even then, by the time that happened, it was already bottom of the second half or beginning of the third.
No, the Cooper DeJean, I could be wrong, was the second touchdown. That put you up 14-0.
I think it might have been third.
No.
I know about where the placement was in the game.
Because it was the first touchdown was Jalen in the push. Then Cooper DeJean got the pick. And then you kicked a field goal, and then you scored right at going into the half with, was that Devonta Smith or was that A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown scored going into the half.
Didn't we have one earlier that almost didn't make it in?
Yeah, that's the Jahan Dotson.
That's right. And then we
goes into the tush push by Jalen.
Tush push done because it was flagged. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. But
either way.
Yeah, you guys just dominated.
It was not at all going into the fourth quarter looking like it could be the first ever Super Bowl shutout.
Yeah, I believed it going into, I was like, wow, this is pitiful.
And it wasn't the team. Who would have expected the Chiefs to just not until later on?
Well, it just looked like I was watching was that 2020 Super Bowl with the Bucs and the Chiefs? Yeah. You guys did exactly what the Bucs did. You got pressure with 4, you made them run around, and you guys got them on the ground. As much as it is that you can have a good pass rush and just get to the quarterback, you have to... Mahomes is so good at... He's like... And I know this is going to be... people will say this is disrespectful to Mahomes, right? He has the Eli Manning ability to just avoid a sack out of nothing. I never feel like he does anything crazy to get away from a sack, but it always is, immaculate what he gets out of. Philly just made a point to actually just keep him down. He had he had 2 of them. He had 2 amazing Patrick Mahomes scrambles that got away, and then one was flagged, so it went back anyway. But you guys got back there, you got him down, and then that was basically it. You get pressure with 4. It also helps that Travis Kelce played with stone hands in the first half. They all played I would say everybody on the Chiefs, barring Chris Jones, Xavier Worthy, and Nick Bolton, played a sub-500 game. They all, 4 3 out of 10s, and then Chris Jones, Xavier Worthy, and Nick Bolton all had 6 out of 10s, probably 7 out of 10 for Chris Jones. You guys won 40-22, and Saquon didn't rush for what? 80 yards? He had 100 over 100 all purpose.
He got enough to get his thing for most in a single season, but he didn't do that much in the actual game.
They stopped the run. They literally walked into that game. Their game plan was, well, we're going to make Jalen Hurts throw because he can't. And I guess they just forgot that he torched them in the last Super Bowl. But I need Philly fans. I don't want to hear anything about Nick Sirianni being bad.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to hear anything about Jalen Hurts not being the guy. I don't want to hear anything about, well, Philly's going to screw it up. I am officially done with Philly sucks. You have been good my entire life. You have a couple down years with Chip Kelly, and you've been amazing since. I don't want to hear it. I have been dog water my entire life. I barely remember the Colts Super Bowl in 06. I remember going to the NFC Championship game in 2010 with Aaron Rodgers. Beat us. My villain beat me to death. And I remember the double doink. We have not been successful much other than those seasons, and those aren't successful. So I'm Philly. Just you're good. Let's stay good. You're not. You can't be the underdogs all the time. It's like that's your guys like crack. You have to dog your team the entire year, and then you guys are supernova amazing. And I'm just tired of it. But I'm not tired of it because I like every player on your roster. it's like I love my grandma to death, but God, do I wish I would have picked Philly.
I do have a few comments on my own, and then a few questions because I need like actual football fan certification on some stuff. But one, I would say that there's another Patrick Mahomes almost gets out of it, except his own players were in the way.
Yeah.
I don't even know any of their players to be able to say anything. But it was a mad scramble. Didn't even look like we were going to get the sack until all of a sudden he runs into
his own line,
and comes down.
Creed and Tooney
and
the Eagles.
I don't know if I want to give Nick Sirianni this type of credit, but maybe we do on this specific thing. Not obviously overall credit. Like we had what was our season?
I don't know. I think you guys
some nonsense and a Super Bowl win. To say, were they going the entire season pushing Saquon Barkley the way that they did, just to then not rely on the Super Bowl, in the idea that they would come prepared for that one thing?
No,
because that's what my brother then threw out of well, you're not going to rely on Saquon because that's the weapon that they know to block.
No, everybody's known to block it all year. There is no 3D chess thing with Saquon. The Chiefs were the only team this year that I remember consistently stopping him from running. They came and they stopped that, and like I said, they betted on Jalen Hurts being bad. They didn't. And there was no Philly. Philly would have been like, what if Saquon would have walked in there and ran for 150 yards? Philly would have claimed that as their plan anyway. And I'm not saying Philly's claiming that their plan was, well, we knew they were going to stop him, so we threw the ball. They didn't. They would have ran the ball if they could have. They couldn't. And Jalen Hurts is just that guy, and he's good enough to do what he did.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. They have one down year last year where they fell apart due to whatever that issue was. There will be a 30 for 30 for that in 10 years, and we'll figure out why that team fell apart. But it's like he just wasn't good anymore. No. He had after that Super Bowl had a different coordinator every year, and they never really got anything meshed. So I don't think it's any 3D chess. Philly came with that. No, if Saquon could have ran, they would have ran the hell out of him like they did all year.
Oh yeah, would have been nice. My one friend almost put a parlay on him scoring 2 touchdowns, and he would not have won that parlay.
Yeah, no.
And then this is the actual question I need Football Guy to know this. Okay. Because I didn't hear anything really about him. Is Jake Elliott just a good kicker? Or
he's had his worst year of his career this year from long range. I think he, as of last night, or not last night, but the Super Bowl, I think he was 1 of 8 from 50 plus before. Then I think he had a 50-yarder in the game, so that made him 2 for 9. This year he was, and I think the year before that he was 7 for 8. Okay. So he's had his worst year from long range, and the narrative was that he was bad on extra points, which I bought into, and I think is true, but I can't give you the stats to back that up because I didn't look it up. But from what I feel like I remembered, he was missing a bunch of extra points. So I would probably say it's his worst year of his career, but Jake Elliott is a top 3 kicker in the league.
Okay.
I would say...
He just looked good at the Super Bowl. He looked good.
I would say it's probably Jake Elliott, Harrison Butker, and... I'm going to forget his name. I have forgotten his name. The Raiders kicker. I like him a lot, and I cannot remember his name. But I like him a lot, too. Danielson?
Which?
Daniel Carlson.
Okay.
Yeah, Daniel Carlson. I think those are the 3 best kickers in the league. Aubrey is also really good, the Dallas kicker. And everybody will probably say that I'm off the, what's his name? Justin Tucker bandwagon because of the allegations. I don't know if you've heard about those, but there's allegations. I've never thought he was that good. Because he always had he has the longest field goal kick in history. But I just think he's proved that he can hit it. So the Ravens just believe that he'll be able to do it again. So they give him a lot more. Like, a bunch of teams would punt where the Ravens will give Justin Tucker the chance to kick it. I think plenty of other kickers in the league can kick the way Justin Tucker kicks. It's just they're not given the opportunity to. It's like, give it an NBA equivalent. Nobody was shooting threes like Steph until Steph came along because he proved he can do it. Given the opportunity, players can shoot like that. You understand what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying.
Yeah. So, I've never thought Justin Tucker is amazing. I just think he was given a lot more opportunity that other players weren't. So, yeah.
Okay. I was just
all that to say Jake Elliott is a really good kicker.
I appreciate that.
Sorry, I went on a football deep dive on kicking. My apologies.
That's content. But I was curious because I was watching last night, and I think I'm just used to the very little football that I've seen of a lot of extra points and field goals and stuff being high above the posts, and a lot of his just looked like they always landed dead center every time.
Yeah, it's just the way some kickers kick. Some kickers like line drives. Some like getting underneath of it. I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you how because I don't kick. But that's just what I've noticed, that certain kickers kick the ball certain ways. Any other questions that I can attempt to clear up for you? Or are you cool?
Not about football. I don't think I have anything about football. Let's stay with sports. I know I somehow didn't put out the Luka trade stuff, so we're going to drop that here.
Okay.
And this is just going to be bolted onto the other stuff, so you can just go.
Oh my gosh.
The worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
It's so crazy. So this is nuts because this is not conjecture. This is the biggest trade in sports history. Like, I know a bunch of leagues don't do trades, right? Like over in England and even here, like all of football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, it's all buying and loaning players and stuff like that. So they don't really get trades.
Okay.
But in all the leagues where there's trades, this is the biggest trade of all time. It is specifically, I'm going to keep it NBA. There has never been where 2 all NBA players have been traded for each other. For you, I would assume you don't understand what all NBA means.
Is that just all-star?
No.
Okay.
Because those are actual all-stars. All NBA are at the end of the season. It's like how in football there's all-pro teams. There are 3 lineups, 3 5-player lineups of the best players in the league.
Okay.
There's first, second, and third team all-pros. We've never had a trade where an all-pro was traded for an all-pro mid-season. Never. This is the first time it's ever happened.
Okay, so it'd be like baseball's Golden Gloves.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I know nothing about baseball, so possibly.
The best players.
Yeah.
Golden Glove is an award they give out. They give out one for each position, and there's 3 finalists for each position.
Okay, yeah, then exactly. Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers. I think it was Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and one other guy I can't remember. Was traded for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. To put this in... Oh my gosh, it's just nuts. Kevin Durant was traded a couple years ago to Phoenix for 3 firsts, a couple of players, and like 3 pick swaps, which is where whoever does worse in that season, the Nets get the better pick of the 2. So say if the Suns for some reason were horrible, and the Nets were good, and they would have the 15th and Suns have the 6th, they switch picks. So then the Nets will get the 6th pick. They did 3 of those plus 3 picks, anyway, for Kevin Durant, who at no point in the last 5 or 6 years has been better than Luka Doncic. And Luka got traded for 1 first and 1 player. Or 2 players. Max Christie is a nothing player. He's fine. He might be a rotational piece. They might not re-sign him. Zach, this is crazy. And it's the biggest trade and one of the worst trades I've ever seen. You couldn't do the trade on 2K. It was so bad. And the crazy thing is, you would think Luka Doncic should be untouchable. There are certain players that shouldn't be traded. Like, if you go to the Warriors, you're not getting Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Maybe this year just because he's playing bad and he's getting older. But, like, people aren't trading LeBron in their prime. It is as if the Cleveland Cavaliers traded LeBron in his prime for...
Bugs Bunny.
Not Bugs Bunny. We can't say that he's traded for nothing because Anthony Davis is a good player. He's an all-pro. Or all-pro. He's an all-NBA player. Anthony Davis is really good. There is absolutely no way that Anthony Davis should be doing basically a one-for-one trade for Luka Doncic. That should never happen. And you would think that Dallas was sitting there and the Lakers came to them. They didn't. Dallas came to the Lakers and was like, we're interested in trading for Anthony Davis. And basically they said, yeah, Anthony Davis isn't available. And then they said, we're thinking about giving you Luka. And then Rob Pelinka said, I'll have him over there tomorrow. This makes no sense. It's horrible. It's horrible for Dallas. Dallas traded away a top 3 player in the league for a top 10 player in the league. But Luka's 25. Anthony Davis is 31 years old. They said they are dissatisfied with Luka and his conditioning and his commitment to the team, and they are worried about paying him a supermax, which is like 5 years, $345 million. They were worried about committing to Luka Doncic. I know you don't watch basketball, so I'm going to tell you, Luka just put the Mavericks on their back and took them to the finals last year. The year before that, they were in the Western Conference Finals.
So
it doesn't matter what his conditioning is like. He could be doing crack cocaine in the locker room. If he just carried you to the finals, give him a supermax. That makes no sense. And it would make more sense if, say, they traded for a player that wasn't also always injured. Like Anthony Davis is every other month. He is always injured. He has finally hit a point in his career where he isn't getting hurt all the time. But you can't bank on that because he's been hurt the rest of his career. He's always hurt. So it doesn't make any sense. And then I'm not even going to say his name because he doesn't deserve to be named. The Dallas GM is like, well, we're in a win now mode. And we want to win now. How are you in win now? You trade away the better player. You got rid of the better player that was younger.
Yeah.
For a bag of chips.
Bowl of chili.
It's nuts, man. I cannot believe that trade happened. And then like the NBA is addicted to bad trades because then De'Aaron Fox got traded to the Spurs from the Kings. And the Bulls traded Levine to the... It was a 3-team deal. A bunch of things went a bunch of ways. And the Spurs just got better, didn't give anybody up, and they gave back picks. And nothing players. And just got an all-NBA performer. So I guess we're just addicted to bad trades in the NBA. But Luka Doncic on the Lakers is crazy. And one last thing I'm going to put on it. I don't know, so I think you know that LeBron plays for the Lakers.
Okay. That sounds correct.
I'm not sure how long LeBron is going to be there. Because we're coming up on the trade deadline. I wouldn't be shocked to see LeBron be traded to another team and them completely reset with Luka and start building around Luka and building him a team. Because I wouldn't be... This is complete conjecture, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked to see LeBron end up in Golden State and play with Steph. And them send Kuminga and picks. And Kuminga's a young player who's promising. They probably said, I wouldn't even be shocked if they sent over B-Pods and Kuminga and a couple of picks. And LeBron goes to Golden State and he finishes out his career with Steph. Because he said he's always wanted to play with Steph. And the thing was, the Lakers did not talk to him about trading AD. Which is apparently what has been the status quo, is that you've run everything through LeBron. But now it seems like they don't care. So, I'd be happy to see that bunch of movement.
I really enjoy doing the baseball analogy to the stuff that you tell me.
Yeah.
And I know you won't be able to, like, tell me if this works or not, but maybe someone can let me know. It sounds like if the Orioles, if we use the two main players, it sounds like if the Orioles traded Gunnar Henderson for Kyle Schwarber. Gunnar,
It's like if you traded Mike Trout for Ohtani.
Okay, or yeah, like that.
A guy who's really good, but is injured most of the time.
Yeah.
But is really good at what he does. Is Ohtani not a top 3 player in the league?
Yeah,
If
like,
not the best player in the league?
To give to the thing on mine, Gunnar Henderson, really young, best at his position in all of MLB right now. Super young, super promising, puts the Orioles on his back when he can. Kyle Schwarber, great, multi-time All-Star, multi-time World Series champion, gone to the World Series a ton of times. Love him, one of my favorite players. He's old and he only plays designated hitter.
Yeah.
Like, he can't really do anything else now. So like, you're right, it doesn't make sense. It's star player for star player, but one of these is clearly going to give you more than the other.
It makes literally no sense. And I could be wrong. They still have Kyrie. Like, Dallas isn't a bad team. They have Kyrie, they have AD, they still have Clay, who has not played well this season. I'm not saying it's a name, but he has not played up to Klay Thompson levels. I still don't think the trading is done. I think we're going to see a lot more movement. Vucevic is still on the table. Jimmy Butler still needs to go somewhere, but he's basically said I'm going to Phoenix or nothing. So, once the trade deadline is done, we'll see what goes on. Then there's the buyout market, which is, I don't really think ever moves the needle, but a lot of people buy into a bunch of old guys that get bought out that are going to be, like, I don't think an old guy's going to move the needle, but maybe it will.
You never know.
So we're going to be a fun couple of days left. But I still cannot believe that Luka Doncic is a Laker. And apparently there's beef. Because Luka put out a statement thanking the city of Dallas. Does not say anything about the organization. I think he thanks Jason Kidd, who was his coach. Who, I'll get into that in a second. I think he thanks Jason Kidd, thanks his teammates, and he thanks the fans. And he specifically says nothing about the organization. Jason Kidd is the coach. They pre-recorded a press conference with him and the GM. And the GM is explaining why he made the move, giving a bunch of horrible reasons. And you can just see the pain in Jason Kidd's eyes. He's like, he doesn't smile once. And he's just standing there, just looking straight forward. And like, the GM goes to make a joke. And Jason Kidd's like, huh. Yeah.
And now we're going to, according to Tanner's note, look back on Luka trade after first game played.
Yes. So both the guys have played for their new teams. And I purely want to bring this up because I told you, or at least I think I did. Maybe I didn't mention it because I didn't talk on it how I wanted to talk on it, I don't think. But Nico Williams, I think or Nico Harrison, I can't remember. One of them's a soccer player, and one of them's a GM for the Dallas Mavericks. So whoever that is supposed to be, I think it's Nico Harrison, because I think Nico Williams plays for Athletic Bilbao in Spain. But Nico Harrison is the GM for the Mavericks. He said that due to Luka's conditioning and how not in shape he comes into the season and injury concerns that they traded him.
Yes, it was Nico Harrison.
For Anthony Davis. Now, if you know anything about ball, you know that Anthony Davis is a injured mess and is always out with injury. Well, he got into the first game and then went out. He got injured, a non-contact, which is the worst kind of injury because that's, I pulled something, I did something, it wasn't caused, groin. He has a non-contact groin injury and he's out for a month. As soon as they traded for him. I'm not sure if it was in the first game or if it was the game after the first game that he played. I think it was at the end of the first game. Because he went, and to Nico Harrison's credit, AD went crazy in the first half. Like, I saw the stat line, and I thought the game was over. Because of how crazy it was. Like, he almost had a triple-double at halftime. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw it was at half. I was like, what? It was crazy. And now Lucas played with the Lakers, and I believe he had a triple-double, and he looked great. And him and LeBron look like they're going to work. And I was wrong. I think I said that I don't know if he plays a down with LeBron. Or a down. Plays a single game with LeBron. They went past the trade deadline. They're playing together. And they look amazing. And somebody made a point today that I agreed with. That when LeBron went to Miami to play with D. Wade, that wasn't a perfect fit either. they won a championship. So I guess the fit doesn't necessarily matter when you get to that high a level. Fit matters when you're putting together role players, and I need to remember that. And superstars will work with each other, and they will make it work out. But just the Lakers keep winning, and they're always going to be relevant. And I hope the Knicks win a championship. That's all I have to say. That's the look back on it. The Mavericks are stupid, and the Lakers are the luckiest franchise of all time.
Something I hear a lot is that when it comes to basketball in the NBA, a star player can carry a team a lot more than in other sports.
They used to.
Okay. Like a star player cannot carry a baseball team.
No. Star player can't. It is the easiest for a star player to carry a basketball team than any other sport.
Okay.
Any other team sport, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's do wrestling and then see where the length is at, and then pick something to go into if it's still too short. I guess a week and a half of TV since the Rumble, because we've had the Raw after, the SmackDown after, and then another Raw.
Okay.
We know what we already knew for the most part. Jey Uso officially Gunther.
Yep.
Jey Uso's going after Gunther. They did tease that he might not. On Raw, he spoke to Gunther. On SmackDown, he spoke to Cody. I think there was no real doubt for me, but I think they did a good job on SmackDown of being like, what if he does go for Cody?
Yeah.
And then on Raw, during his entrance, Gunther just blindsides him and attacks him, and Jay's just like, maybe I shouldn't get you and me at Mania. And we saw the first Mania match card. Looks really cool. A deck of cards shuffles, and then two come up and flip, and it's Jey and Gunther. And I like graphics. I'm a graphics guy. So that kind of stuff matters to me. Charlotte, we still don't know. She appeared on Raw, talked to Rhea, was like, we could go again. You were just a kid last time. It was 2 years ago. And then said she's going to go to NXT and then go to SmackDown. She showed up at NXT, did nothing of note. She showed up at SmackDown, did nothing of note. And she wasn't on Raw, so I don't...
Do you like Charlotte on the mic?
Not really.
Yeah, she like I hate to use this like Zoomer next gen word. She has zero aura. Like I don't know how she's a Flair.
Yeah.
Like I said, however long ago, she might be one of the, if not the best female wrestler I've ever seen.
Yes.
But God, it's so cringy whenever she's on the mic. Like even the press conference after the Rumble, I'm like, God, I just don't. And it's not even like the way she talks makes me not like her. It's like, man, I just don't feel anything when you're speaking. Like, I just want this to be over. It's not even like you're even pissing me off.
She has, for probably majority of her career now, and it wasn't that bad during her first run in NXT, at some point on the main roster, and I don't really know when it happened, but I know it happened by the time she was feuding with Ronda and Becky Lynch going into Mania 35. Because that was the thing. It's like, okay, there's clearly a promo person in this feud, and it's not Charlotte, and it's not Ronda. She doesn't come off like a person. She comes off like a corporately created megastar, which she kind of is. But to your point, she's a Flair, and I expect her to be a bit like a Flair. And like, I think they're doing at least something decent on the character side of that now, by her being like, you can boo me, I don't give a shit. I'm a Flair, deal. But she's not charismatic enough to pull that off, which is wild, given that she's Ric Flair's daughter, and all the things we can say about Ric Flair, and I can say a lot. He's one of the most charismatic men on TV. Like,
let me ask a super casual question.
Okay.
I've never seen a Ric Flair match. I've only ever seen Ric Flair on the mic. Was Ric Flair a really good wrestler?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So there's two eras of the Ric Flair. Either of them are good. There's the classic era, which is when he was young.
And going around the territories, right?
Going around the territories. Yeah. He would spend most of... In a way, it was like like prime John Cena would be down for most of the match, then come back and win. Imagine that, but with really good selling. That's a Ric Flair's territory match.
Okay.
He would come in... Oh, and also Ric Flair was the heel. He would come in, be an absolute bastard to you and all the people that live there. Your biggest guy that you've seen come up and wrestle the big matches out your territory is going to challenge him. He's going to talk him down. Ric Flair's going to say something about wheeling, dealing, and limousines, but more entertaining than that. They're going to have a match. Ric Flair's going to get the absolute shit beat out of him for 20 minutes, and then he's going to sneak a win, and he's going to escape with his belt. That way, next time he comes back, you think, oh, my guy's actually going to do it this time because he knows the play. Spoiler alert, no, he isn't. That was the Ric Flair territory thing. And then you have, I guess it would be modern Ric Flair, like mid-2000s Ric Flair, who is old as dirt, looks old as dirt, however, is somehow... It's clear that he learned something through all that time in the territory. Yeah. Because then he wrestles an extremely good technical match against Triple H, or his career, we're going to call it his last match. It's not his last match, but I like to think of it as his last match. His last WWE match at WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels is really good.
Okay.
He's one of... It's the template that Roman runs. It's not necessarily that every move is super impressive, but it is such a good storytelling in-ring work.
Okay.
That Flair is able to do. And I think Charlotte's able to do a really good mix of that. She just can't cut a promo.
I was going to say, yeah, it seems like she just got more in-ring stuff and is I don't want to say dog-ass, but, like, I'll say she's not good on the mic. Like, from what I've seen, now maybe it exists, but from what I've seen, what I remember from years ago, like when I first dipped my toes in, like, there's nothing memorable.
She's bland and robotic.
Yeah. That sucks. Well, happy the next generation's a lot more entertaining.
Just think about how her feuding with Ronda Rousey went.
Yeah, because Ronda's like a slice of bread. Yeah. Has there not been an athlete that has scammed the American public more than Ronda Rousey? Jeez, a whiz. And I know she was good in the UFC, but then when she lost, bro, I don't know if you remember that or if you even watched, she lost. Like, she walked in that ring and got dog walked, and then I don't know if she ever went back. Like, she got dog walked and then immediately went to WWE. I don't even know if she had a rematch. I can't remember because I wasn't super into it, but I remember it was Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor were like the things in the UFC, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get into it, I'm going to watch it. And she got annihilated. I was like, oh, okay, I guess there's no point in watching.
She had at least one, I want to say two. She lost. She did not win again.
Yeah.
She lost and she lost.
Maybe she did have back. Maybe I do remember
I don't remember if she had the third or not. I know she was supposed to. I've read her book, believe it or not. I don't remember much about it. It's a strange read. But she talks about that at length and how much to actually really... That is probably the interesting part of that book.
What?
Was when she talks about how she took that first loss. That's probably the most interesting part of that book.
There's a lot of interesting things you can learn from a dominant athlete that loses for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, that's always interesting, no matter who it is. But yeah, I don't know if I could name you a different athlete that has scammed the public or the organizations they work for more than Ronda Rousey. I don't know how Ronda stayed as successful as she did for as long as she did. Like,
star power.
Maybe I can only think of like NBA players and NFL players that got massive contracts and then were horrible. So like Namdi Asamoah to the Eagles, Albert Hainsworth to the Commanders before they were the Commanders, and then maybe like Nicholas Batum to the Hornets. Like, I can't think of many other like horrible contracts or like times like that. So I'm gonna give it to Ronda.
Hulk Hogan. No, because we have the releases. The releases are the topical thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Now, so
it's nobody I know.
That was going to be the part. Yeah, no, but there. Yeah. So I recognize all of these names.
What's the tag team with the guys who wear like ballistic vests?
That's the Authors of Pain.
I like them, and now they're gone.
I was surprised on. I was surprised on 3 of these. I say surprised. Put quotes around the surprise. There are some here that's just like, oh, that makes sense. And then there's others be like, that's a little weird. That would be...
Let me take a guess.
Okay.
Can I guess? Can I
sure.
just look?
Yep. There's one more on that. I forget who it is. I have to look up who it is.
One's Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville's, yes. That's one of the ones that I was surprised on.
I can tell you one that it's not. I know it's not Paul Ellering.
He's included as part of the Authors of
Pain.
Pain.
I understand. But from the little discourse I saw, people do not like Paul.
which is wild.
You like Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
I don't know what he was supposed to be doing in the Final Testament, but
All right, I don't know. I can't. My other guy would have been Cedric Alexander. Would have been my guess, but I don't know.
so it is Sonya Deville is one
Yep.
of them, only because she was getting regular TV time. Then it would be the combination Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering, just because again, they were on TV.
Yeah, they were cool.
They were on TV with Karrion Kross. Now, if you were looking at me,
legend.
love Karrion Kross.
My
Paul
friend met
Ellering.
him.
Really?
Yeah. No. Never mind. I just lied. Who? The guy who got banned from WWE had the blonde hair. Is that Enzo Amore?
Yeah.
Who was he team with? Is that Big Cass?
Yeah.
Never mind. Big Cass is who I'm thinking of.
Big
My
Cass
friend
is
met Big Cass at my local Wawa.
Really?
Yes. He was in the. He didn't realize that, and he was like, "Damn, that's Big Cass." Went up, dapped him up, said hey, and left.
Big Cass is cool.
Big Cass is cool. I like Big Cass. He's also very big,
Oh my God.
contrary to popular belief.
There was another release that happened after this list was published, and I somehow don't remember it.
Insert here.
So here's the thing. None of these people, with the exception of maybe Sonya, because she was on TV often and was like PFC was doing stuff a lot. None of them were doing anything of note. There's no like surprising like when Braun Strowman or Bray Wyatt were released, like those big stars.
Yeah.
Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering, they were part of a major faction. Karrion Kross appears on TV every week, so that one was a bit weird. Isla Dawn, she's part of a tag team, and her tag team partner didn't get released. She also did a speed taping on the Friday that it happened. So, like, they're a little confusing, but, like, Giovanni Vinci was off TV and wasn't doing anything. Blair Davenport was off TV and wasn't doing anything. Good Brothers were off TV and not doing anything. Cedric Alexander was in NXT doing stuff, but he was in NXT on a main roster contract, which is normally... You normally get released off that. Unless they catch lightning in a bottle.
That's what I'm gonna say. Rest in peace, Baron Corbin, man. My man's got let go before we started this show. I was devastated. I was like, damn, that's my guy.
Man, they sent him back down to NXT.
And he was cooking. It was the only thing I cared about. I was like, damn, NXT might be good.
He put the pieces back together, figured out what to do, started tagging with Braun Breaker, had an excellent tag team as the Wolf Dogs. They called Braun Breaker up to Raw, Baron Corbin to SmackDown. He might have appeared on 2 episodes of TV, and that was it. And I was like, bro, he did the thing. He did what you told him to do. No one ever does it. Cedric certainly wasn't doing it. His gimmick was fine, and his matches were good, but like he wasn't all of a sudden connecting better than he was before. Like, but Baron actually did it. And then they released him. They did the same thing to my boy Dijak. Ain't never gonna forget that.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, just that there were more releases. We normally expect these after Mania, so maybe we won't get cuts after Mania now.
Yeah, I wouldn't hang your hat on that. That's what I'm gonna say.
This feels like, most of them at the very least, feels like a Triple H L.
What you mean? What do you mean by that?
So to bring
Like
up a
Triple H is
specific
stupid, or Triple H is just like, sorry, Bo.
So sometimes, when you see a WWE release, I'm going to use Cedric Alexander as an example, but even I want everyone to understand that I don't think he's a specific example from this. You know what? No, let's use the Good Brothers. I can rag on the Good Brothers. Sometimes the talent's not there, no matter how much you're trying to get them over. So you release them because they're not doing anything for you, but you're trying to. Some of these names, it didn't feel like he was trying to. They called up Blair Davenport, who is known on the Indies as Bea Priestley, and is a known women's wrestler from the Indies. Called her up, and she might have appeared on 1 episode of TV, and now we released her. If in your eyes she wasn't ready to be called up, why did we call her up? Because she wasn't on a main roster deal in NXT. She was on an NXT deal. And she got upgraded when she was called up last year, and they never used her. Same thing with Giovanni Vinci. They split him from Imperium. He had a 5-second loss on TV, and they never tried to do anything else with him. And they'll be fine. They're known indie wrestlers. They'll be fine. Yeah. Cedric is probably going to end up in AEW because he was one of the members of the Hurt Business, so we'll probably join AEW and join up with the Hurt Syndicate, since those are all the same guys.
Yeah. Is that Moxley and Bryan? Am I thinking right or no?
That's Bobby Lashley. And,
Bobby Lashley. My bad.
MVP and them.
MVP. Yeah. My bad. What's the name of that little section in AEW? Moxley and Bryan and all them. Do they have a name or am I?
They were so. You asking that question. We already know you don't watch AEW regularly.
Yeah, no.
That one does it because Bryan hasn't been a part of that for like.
I know that's the last thing I saw.
Yeah, they were the Blackpool Combat Club.
That's what it was.
They changed after that coup to the Death Riders.
Death Riders. Okay.
So, but yeah, Bryan's dead. They killed him.
Nice. Rest in peace, AEW, bro.
I guess for not getting Drew and Roman at Mania.
Told you we wouldn't.
I'm really confused. That was the whole point. That was the story. He was a bloodline. He said he was a bloodline bounty hunter. He was gonna each one, and he did all of them except Roman. The old bloodline.
Yeah.
He did all of them except Roman. That was the clear. I guess Roman's gonna have a triple threat with Punk and Rollins now. Like that build from the Rumble makes sense. And then I guess Drew is facing Damian Priest at Mania. I feel like I like Damian, but I feel like I've seen this match a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll pivot. They might. From last SmackDown, it looks like they might pivot to use that backstage heat on LA Knight to do an LA Knight and Drew feud, and at least that'll be entertaining. I would prefer him just beat Roman, but
if I speak, I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan, so I don't want to see that. But I do like Damian Priest, and I do think they'll give me a good match. So I'd much rather, if I have to have one of those two options, which I'm going to be clear, I don't really like either, I'd probably take the Damian Priest match.
I just think, I don't know.
That's just purely me being an LA Knight.
Yeah.
It's probably a better match. I will concede that, but and I don't even want to say LA Knight hater because I don't hate him. He just doesn't do anything for me.
I don't think.
But you know what? I said that same thing about Kevin Owens. And then I was enthralled. I know I rated that ladder match low. I was enthralled with everything Kevin Owens was doing. So maybe I do want to see that. Maybe I do. I gotta be more open minded. It's just like, I don't know. It's something I just see a wrestler and it's like if I'm in, I'm in, and if I'm not, I'm not. I need to get away from that. And I need to just like women's wrestling's good. I don't know if you knew this. And then I watched it. I was like, oh damn, it's good. So you need to open your mind a little bit more and really start watching stuff like me. You ought to be more like me.
I can't wait till we're back here in like a month and you're going to tell me how good tag wrestling is all of a sudden.
I've never been a tag wrestling hater. Have I? Have I said that?
You said it last week.
Did I really?
Yes.
I said I don't like tag wrestling?
Yes. You did.
No, there's got to be not a misquote, but a misspoke. Because I didn't mean it. No, because I used to love watching, before I even really got with you and was watching wrestling, I used to watch like The New Day. And I love watching The New Day. Well, DX, old DX stuff, specifically Shawn, I think it was probably more Shawn Michaels because I've grown to really like Shawn Michaels. But, man, maybe I did say that. You know what it is? Because I think I just don't, I don't know. I guess it's the stigma of like tag wrestlers are just not good enough to support themselves on their own, so they throw them in a tag, which is true sometimes, but most of the time I actually don't think that's true. I think that's a stereotype.
It is a stereotype that is a symptom of bad booking.
Yeah, that too.
Is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I take back what I said. I didn't mean that tag wrestling sucks. I shouldn't have said that.
That was very funny how that happened.
What, last week or right now?
The fact that I had said it and then it was like immediately.
Please don't cut in just me blatantly saying, yo, tag wrestling sucks.
Guys, I'm not going to hold you. I'm not listening to all of the content that we recorded the week before just to see where he said tag wrestling and what words he used. So I'm not gonna. He said something. We're walking it back here and it's all good. All right, man.
I am not a Madden fan. I do not like the way the game plays. I don't think it's actually football. It's just, sometimes you can have fun with it and be stupid. And like the franchise doesn't really work. But I saw a video, I'm going to give credit, C4, Madden YouTuber, football YouTuber really. He does draft content and he's a Philly fan, Eagles fan. He's a Canadian Eagles fan.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of international Philly fans.
So
Love it.
he did a rebuild, and it's of a I don't want to say it was a new series, but kind of a new series where it's retro. He goes back to 2000, or he just goes in the past, like 2000, 2002, whatever. Rebuilds that team to the current day. The first team he picked was the Bears, my team. So I was like, oh, I'll watch this, and I was locked in. It was so fun. He loaded up a roster from 2002 and just played it through. Had the right draft class with the players. Some of them had their actual faces loaded on. And I was like, man, I want to do that. So I went. I only had Madden 24. I went and loaded that up. I started playing. Could not get the roster to load. The 2002 roster to load. It just wouldn't load for any reason. I restarted the game. I uninstalled it, did everything. Couldn't get it to load. I was like, whatever. I had gotten so frustrated trying to get it to work that I just gave up. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I woke up the day after the Super Bowl. Madden 25 was on Game Pass. So I downloaded that. I was like, let me try it. Went to go load the roster. Roster loaded. Was excited. Got in. Started playing. I couldn't find it 2002 or 2001. So I had to go all the way back to 2000.
Okay.
Did that. I get to the point. It's week 1 of the regular season. First thing I did was got in. The Bears were probably the worst team in the league in 2000. We were really, 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 really bad. We had one good player. We had a tackle. I traded him away immediately for Champ Damp Bailey. One of my favorite corners of all time. Played for the Commanders in the past and the Broncos. One of the greatest corners of my generation.
Yeah.
I immediately traded for him. I got to week 1. Tried to load the draft class. Kept failing. Couldn't load a draft class. I'm like, you're kidding me. So you gave me a taste of actually getting started, then I couldn't load a draft class. I restarted the game and everything loaded. I was over the moon. So I've gone from the year 2000. I played all year. I played for 9 hours. I started at noon. No, I played for 11 hours. I started at noon. I took like an hour break to eat lunch, so 10 hours. Went to 11:30 almost. Or no, I went to 10:30. Made it all the way to the beginning of the 2006 season. First season, 2-15. I was horrible. We had no players. Nobody could play. It was bad. It was the Champ Bailey show. Going into that first year with the drafts, I went crazy. I traded away every decent player I had and just got draft picks. And I was like, I'm going to build this team. And I got exactly what you needed. I got a quarterback. I got an edge rusher. The only player I kept was Brian Urlacher. Greatest linebacker in Bears history. And then I drafted Sean Rogers, another defensive tackle. And I went and I got Steve Smith Sr. and Chad Ochocinco. And that was like my first draft. Bro, we went crazy. I went from 2-15 to 8-9. I was a game out of the playoffs. I needed to win my last week. And I either needed to win my last week or I needed the other team that was tied with me to lose. I lost. The Eagles won and made the playoffs over me. I was very upset.
How about them Eagles?
Yeah, how about them Eagles? So then I go into the next season. I do another draft. I get another bunch of good players. Players that I knew would be good. I go 15-1. Go all the way to the NFC Championship game. I lose to the Rams. I want you to know, in this save, the Rams, this is the Kurt Warner, greatest show on turf, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk, Rams. They won 5 Super Bowls. They were killing everybody. In the NFC, it was the Rams or the Buccaneers. Were killing everybody. And then on the other side, it was like the Broncos and the Raiders were really good. And it was like them in the Super Bowl against each other every year, and the Rams just continued to win. So I lost in the NFC Championship to the Rams. Then the next year, I got to go into the first round against the Commanders. I think that year I was 13-4. I was the 2 seed. I lose to the Commanders in the first round. I'm like, you're kidding me. I can't get a playoff win. At this point, my team is one of the higher rated teams in the league. I go the next year. I get the first seed. I'm like, I think I was 15. Maybe I was 16-1 the one year, and I was 15-2 this year. Got the first round bye. I play the Eagles in the divisional round. I finally win a playoff game. I beat the Eagles. I play the Rams in the NFC Championship game, and I lose. I lose again in the championship game to the Rams. Come back the next year, get a first round bye. I beat the Tampa Bay in the divisional. I play the Rams again in the NFC Championship. I finally beat them. I go to the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos. And in 2005, your Super Bowl champions were the Chicago Bears. I had a stacked team. I had Michael Vick at quarterback. I drafted Vick in that first draft. I still had Steve Smith, Chad Johnson, Santana Moss I traded for. I had Reggie Wayne behind him. My offensive line was amazing. I had Orlando Pace, maybe not Logan Mankins, but I had a line. I had Alan Faneca, and Alan Kreutz was there. And I had Jeremy Shockey and Jason Witten as my tight ends, 2 Hall of Fame level tight ends. And my defense was crazy. I had, the first year, I had traded for Takeo Spikes, which is a good linebacker. I think he played for Buffalo, and I want to say the Dolphins maybe, but I'm not 100% on that. But Takeo was a good player. He was a 71 rated star development middle linebacker. I moved him to outside linebacker, made him a pass rusher, let him rush the passer. He was a 90 overall X Factor. That dude was crazy. It was my favorite move as a GM, was to get Takeo Spikes and move him outside and go crazy. This is the most fun I've had with Madden in forever. So tomorrow, if I don't do anything, I'm going to go home from work and I'm going to continue to build this team. But now I have an issue. I had to pay a bunch of people. I am negative 100 mil in the cap. I cannot trade players. I have to cut people if I want to get under the cap. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm letting it ride. I can franchise tag one guy every year and keep him, and it's over. We're going to win as much as we can right now, and then it'll be a full rebuild. As soon as I get under the cap, I'll start trading, get picks back, and I'll start rebuilding the team. But the team should be around for a while. We should compete. I would like to get one more Super Bowl. Probably won't happen. But I'd like to go get one more Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl. We only lost one game. And you know who beat me? It's not the Eagles.
It's the Commanders.
It was the damn Packers. I don't know if you know this, but I hate the Packers. But yeah, that was my Madden journey. I had a really good time. I took Tony Romo in the 7th round because he went undrafted in the original draft. That man had an X Factor. X Factor is the highest dev trait, so they develop really quickly. I drafted him. He was like a 69. I ended the season as a 78, and he played maybe like 10 snaps. I was like, how did you develop so fast? And then at the end of the year, it showed me that he was an X Factor. I'm like, I love Michael Vick, but that's another new rookie contract. I might have to trade Vick. I got LaDainian Tomlinson, too, at my running back. Bro, I got so many. It broke my heart. I tried to draft every Bears legend that I could. I couldn't draft Lance Briggs because I had taken Terrell Suggs, and I already had Takeo, and I'm like, I can't. There was other spots that I needed, and I was so devastated not to take Lance Briggs. That's one of our greatest ever players, and I was very, very sad. But it's the only Bears legend I haven't drafted. Everybody else is on the team. I was very devastated.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Also, Madden, you suck. That game is trash.
Fuck EA for putting Madden on the Steam shop, but not college football. I have no actual want to play college football, but you get to build your own university, and like that's my shit. Like that's all I want to do. I saw Taco Bell University, and I'm like, I want to play this game. It's not on Steam. It's not on PC. Only Madden's on PC.
Oh,
fuck my life.
I didn't know that.
You need to be. There's a lot of games that like NHL isn't.
You know what is on PC?
What?
What do you think I'm gonna say?
I don't know.
That's Polar Bowler.
Oh yes,
that's
Polar
the shit.
Bowler.
Don't forget.
We're back to Polar Bowler.
I've never left. Sorry that you thought you escaped.
I'm so afraid.
My brain is thinking Squinky and like.
I want to be that guy. Just a polar bear with sunglasses. That's what I want.
Why couldn't it be anything easy?
Yo, Polar Bear!
Nobody knows about that.
That was the best computer game ever.
You're old as fuck. We are both old as shit. That was my shit. I played that shit nonstop at my house.
Look at those levels. Oh, they just went. It was mixed.
Polar bowler. It's just a polar bear with a little bit of shades, man. That's gonna be my new thing. I've changed everything. My Discord is now I am the polar bowler.
It's so hard to make.
Is it?
In that style. It's a very base style.
No. Style it however makes it easier for you. Do whatever. I just want to be a polar bear with sunglasses.
It'd be so hard to make a polar bear face.
What do you mean?
Just a bear with white.
I have to then draw a bear on the computer.
It doesn't have to be a whole bear. It can just be the head. I'm not asking for a whole body.
Do you then draw a bear head on the computer?
Use
That's
circle templates. You know the shapes.
You might be able to find something. Well, just let me know how it goes.
I'll
You want
figure
me to
something
do
out.
it?
Shit, rip the fucking polar bowler head right off the fucking image.
That I can't do.
Who gives a fuck? See if the
My lawyers.
trademark is lapsed. I'll buy that shit. That shit can't be that expensive. I'm gonna look that shit up right now. I'll buy it. So tell me about your gaming experience for the week. Or the last month, however long it's taking you to beat that game.
I don't think it's taken me a month. The fact that it wasn't one sitting is like a big pro. You know how many Sonic games you can beat in one sitting?
All the good ones.
The answer is way too many, even the bad ones. Good ones and the bad ones. My favorite Sonic game, like not counting Frontiers, my favorite Sonic game was Generations. And like,
Yeah.
it's like a casually two-sitting game. If you want to go hard, it's one sitting.
Yeah.
When they did the Sonic Shadow Generations, I beat the Sonic Generations part in one sitting that time. You just do it, and it's easy.
The Sonic Generations was really good when with the community. People made their own levels and stuff and stories.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I remember that when I was, I don't want to say little, but I remember when I was a kid, just watching custom things on Sonic Generations. And some of that stuff was like amazing, what people can do.
Yeah, and then like one of my childhood favorites is Sonic Colors. You can beat it in two sittings without trying too hard. Like it's just something that Sonic games are known for. The horrendously bad Sonic Forces, I think, is like a 2-hour campaign, something like that. So the fact that in one sitting, I did manage to clear an island pretty easily.
I don't think Sonic Forces is that bad.
Sonic Forces is notoriously hated.
Hated, but I don't think it's bad.
I mean, it's not the worst.
I think it gets clowned on for the custom character thing. I stand on it. I don't think Sonic Forces is that bad of a game. I think it's a very average Sonic game with certain decisions that make it get clowned on. I remember there being fun levels in that game. There, like Sonic 06 is worse. Sonic Boom is obviously worse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be controversial.
Oh, no.
You know me. I enjoy playing Sonic Forces more than I did any of the Wii Sonics, excluding Colors. And I actually like them more than the GameCubes.
So I don't think I've played any of the other Wii Sonics besides Colors. I know there's the Lost World for Wii U, and I know there's the Sonic Boom title that's like horrendous.
There's like the Rings, what is it?
The
Sonic
storybooks.
Unleashed.
Unleashed was not for the Wii. And Unleashed is also not for the
Is
Wii.
Unleashed for the GameCube?
It was Xbox 360.
The Wii generation. I
don't think it got a Wii release.
I'm
It
pretty
might
sure
have
it
got a
did.
release.
Because I think I asked for it for Christmas one year on the Wii. Because I didn't have an Xbox until I bought an Xbox One when I was an adult.
Yeah.
But I like...
Unleashed is half of a good game.
I would say it. Yes. I would say I like Forces, I think, more than I like Sonic Battle 1 and 2.
I'm like waiting to get like a really good sale price on Forces. When they offer it to me for like $10, I might buy it and just steam through it because.
But I don't think it's that bad.
When I get the Sonic Itch, I get the Sonic Itch.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'll just be wrong, actually. I'm probably wrong. I haven't played Sonic Forces in forever, and I don't... If a Sonic game doesn't frustrate me at a point, I just think it's good. But that shouldn't be the bar.
I think it depends on what frustrates you in a Sonic game, I think. Because, like, I complained heavily while playing both Sonic X Shadow, because I think it was Shadow Generations was when it was hitting hard, and with Frontiers, when I was like half a second away from getting S rank on these levels. But I'm a Sonic player, so I then just get mad and I just keep going and keep going, and eventually I get it, and it feels good for once. Shadow Generations is also pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it's short.
Yeah.
Like other Sonic games.
I would say, like, every good Sonic game, it's short because they're mine.
Frontiers is not that short. And
No,
it's
no, no.
very good.
It is the exception to the rule.
It is. I hope it's the new rule.
Go ahead, talk about it. I've taken over your segment. I apologize.
So the kind of press release for it was they're hoping to use Sonic Frontiers as like the new Sonic Adventure for the benchmark to go forward with, and I hope that's the case. I really enjoyed it. The soundtrack was really good, but it's a Sonic game, so of course it is. I think it's the best Super Sonic that there's ever been. I don't know how much.
I prefer Sonic R.
Specifically in how Super Sonic is used.
I said what I said.
Okay. All right. You and your racings.
I can't lie to you, bro. That actually, unironically, is my favorite Sonic game.
I believe it.
I played it all the time as a kid on my computer at my house, and I still love playing that game.
I believe it. I need...
Sonic Racing. You want to talk about music? Mario, pipe down. Sonic music is here. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Do people hype up Mario music?
No, people think that Mario music is better than Sonic music.
Oh, really?
Yes. There are a lot of people that think that. I wouldn't feel weird saying that the majority of people think that. A lot of people think Sonic music is cringy. Crush 40 and all that jazz, but they're just wrong.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I stand with you, bro.
They're just wrong.
Yeah.
I
Those are the people that walk around with their Nintendo Switch in their pocket with their headphones plugged in. Those people, I don't care about your opinion. Go outside, touch grass.
How do you fit Nintendo Switch in your pocket?
Because they're those type of people.
Oh, okay.
Cut this.
I was going to say something about a trench coat.
Just bleep it. Actually, just bleep it. Don't cut it.
No, that's mean.
No, it's not. If you bleep it, then he'll never know. I said what I said. I'd say it to his face.
Never know. He won't listen to this.
Yeah, I know.
We couldn't get him to listen to the other one.
Bro.
The music's good. The open world is good. My only real complaint is that Sonic is too slow in the cyberspace levels.
I've heard that.
He is too slow. Move. Like, it's the most frustrated I've ever been with being like half a second away because it doesn't feel like it's me. It feels like Sonic isn't moving his ass. Like,
yeah. That's what I mean by if a Sonic game doesn't frustrate me. That's what frustrates me. When it feels like I can't... There should never be a point where I don't feel like I'm the fastest thing on the planet. Yeah. And it's not a lot. For some reason, 3D Sonic just does that shit all the time.
It didn't frustrate me in the open world because there's a lot of times in the open world where you need to be precise.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard.
And that's not bad. Plus, as you play, your boost gets faster and your boost gauge gets exponentially bigger. So, like, there are times where you can get one end of the map to the other without trying too hard and just boosting through it. It is just in specifically the linear levels. There was a point on the last island, I didn't do any cyberspace levels. I found the fishing portal and I fished with Big to get all of my keys because I just didn't want to do another cyberspace level and I had a bunch of fishing tokens. You can fish with Big in this game. It's the weirdest edition.
Are you a Big the Cat truther or do you hate Big the Cat?
I don't hate Big the Cat. I don't know what a Big the Cat truther is.
It is literally... I have never seen anybody be like, Big the Cat's there. It's either you love him or you hate him.
I think it's a cool addition. It's a bit strange.
Pick a side. Do you love or do you hate Big the Cat?
Big the Cat is someone that normally only shows up with the rest of the extended Sonic cast. So they don't really show up in this game. It's just...
Yeah, it's just Sonic, right?
It's Sonic, and then the friends that show up is Amy, Tails, and Knuckles, and then obviously Eggman is there doing stuff. And that's really all that shows up for the Sonic cast.
Don't you eventually get to play as those other guys?
Yes.
Okay.
In, like, the alternate ending. Because, fun fact, the original ending actually sucks.
Nice.
It's... The boss fight... Those boss fights bang. Like, the supersonic ones against Giganto and Wyvern and Knight and... Oh, I forget the last one's name.
Shadow of the Colossus. That's all I can think when I see those things.
No, but, like, that's inaccurate.
It's facts, though. They look sick, though.
And then they hype up this final boss battle called The End.
They do this
and you fly up, and Sage, who's a character that's established in this game, she's like Eggman's ultra-smart AI, who's kind of his daughter, takes over one of the Titans, and you fly up. And the only thing you do to fight The End in the original cut is Sage throws you, and it's like 2 quick time spots.
Damn.
In the Final Horizons...
Sounds like a Sonic game.
In Final Horizons, which is a free DLC that they add on, you can play an alternate version of The Last Island, where you play as Amy's Knuckles and Tails, who are collecting the Chaos Emeralds, while Sage takes Sonic to master his new cyberspace abilities, and it ends with an actual boss fight to cap it all off. Which is, nice. I haven't done all that yet. I'm still playing as them. But that's fun. And I like extra content. So it's really weird for Big the Cat to be thrown in to go fishing with. But,
Love Big.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I like deep cuts. It's better than just Sonic showing up at a fishing hole and being like, oh, I guess I'll fish now.
Who's your favorite Sonic side character?
What qualifies as a side character?
Anybody but Shadow, Amy, Tails, and Knuckles.
Okay. I assume you mean a hero, not a villain.
No, anybody.
No, I really like... I've really taken a liking to Metal. I was going to say Blaze was going to be my answer.
I was like,
but I've also
like
really
Blaze.
taken a liking to Metal Sonic.
Obviously, I think it would not be a shock to anybody when I say Vector was one of my guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge alligator man, yeah. I really like Jet. Jet is the Green Hawk and Riders.
Yeah, I want to see Jet.
love him and his whole crew. And their whole story in Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders is a banger game.
Yeah.
Have you ever played it?
I have not.
You should play. I know I'm the kart racer guy, and I love racing games. That game is amazing. And it's challenging. It's not, easy.
I would hope that
Like Mario Kart.
Mario Kart's not supposed to be hard. I would expect a Sonic kart racing game to be a bit challenging.
For all the reasons that that I think you wouldn't think of.
Okay.
Sonic Riders is so good. And the second one's really good, too. That's what I've heard. I haven't played the second one. But the first one, I remember I was enamored with that game.
Maybe they should make a good one for current consoles.
They do. All-Star Racing is good, too.
I heard it was bad.
One of them is bad.
The Sonic
one
Team
of them.
Racing, I think, is the one that I hear is bad. It's whatever.
Yeah, but
whatever the new.
I thought the opposite. I thought it was whatever it is. The first one is good, and the newer one I think is bad. I can't remember. I couldn't remember the name, so I couldn't tell you. But I know one of those bangs.
Random big ups for Frontiers. I got one that is the most random big up that I love.
Hit it.
It's common in Sonic games to collect the music notes to unlock tracks and stuff like that. There is an option in the menu, because you can scroll through as you're running around the island through songs. There is an option in the menu to just loop a song.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Big ups. If I want to listen to Sonic Heroes for the next 2 hours while I play, I can just select it.
No, that's not your favorite Sonic song, is it?
It is not, but
what is?
Just an example. I think my favorite is Undefeatable from this game.
Damn.
It might be the memory of it. Other than that, I'm really big on What I'm Made Of and All Hail Shadow, if you want a couple of other ones. What?
Damn.
What?
I thought you would... I don't know what it is, but I thought you would be a fan of All of Me. The main song from Shadow the Hedgehog.
It's good.
And there's no City Escape and no...
I think I hear City Escape too much. It makes me a little...
What's the other one from that game? City Escape and then...
I'm not sure.
It's the one that everybody talks about. You know me. I love Supersonic Racing.
Mean Live and Learn.
Live and Learn
The one
is
that
good.
they did in the movie, which was awesome.
Yeah. You know me. I love Supersonic Racing. Whoever that lady was in Sonic that did that is amazing. But you should be able to guess my favorite. Know my music taste. I said a din din, a din 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 din. Pumpkin Hill goes crazy. That's I love. I'm not a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, but I will refuse to do a Knuckles level just so I can listen to Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep. Okay, let me stop.
There was a point to where I wasn't actually paying attention much to the music notes, so when I was on the last island, I looked up what music notes were there. And one of the ones that I had gotten from an earlier one was Sonic Heroes. So, for a time, it was literally just Sonic Heroes and it's called Reach for the Stars. It's the opening to Sonic Colors. Okay. Because those are the two that I had. I ended up with City Escape and Seven Rings in Hand, which was also a good one that I got to go through, as well as the title.
I take back what I said about Sonic Heroes. That is a banger song.
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes. That shit goes crazy. Sonic music is better, don't care. Welcome back to our Sonic podcast.
Yes!
No. I put my foot down. You know what I'm going to do to combat the Sonic? Every time you bring up Sonic, I'm going to start talking about Digimon. And then nobody will give a shit.
No one gives a shit now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm driving further into the grave, brother.
Rolling around at the The speed of sound.
Going crazy.
It's nice to have a good Sonic game. It's nice to have a good Sonic game that they are apparently going to hopefully be building on for the next games.
You know what I'm about to do? About to hit you with it.
Oh no.
Number rating for Sonic Frontiers out of 10.
Let's do... Is this a general number rating out of everything?
What would you rate the game?
Is the criteria of gaming as we know it, or am I lasering a Sonic game?
No, you're not. I'm not. No, not Sonic as an actual game.
Okay. 7.
Damn. I almost had it. I guess 7.5.
Major downs that may chase people away that I don't mind as much, but I still find it... Sonic Frontiers relies way too much on the fact that it's a giant collectathon. And I kind of want a couple of other things to do that aren't relying on that.
Yeah.
I think. But the boss battles are some of the best in the series. It's the best Super Sonic has ever been, in my opinion.
I ain't gonna hold you. Could you name me another good Sonic boss battle ever? Not to shit on Frontiers, but I don't think anybody was coming to Sonic for the boss battle, so I guess it's a good thing that they finally have good boss battles.
The rival fights in Generations are really good. That's when you fight Silver and
I know. I do know. I know.
Those are pretty good.
I would...
The final
I would
boss,
just disagree with you.
the final boss in Generations is buns.
Something about the final boss, man.
And the final boss in this game sucks too, but all the actual island bosses, the Titans, are really fun.
Yeah.
I think this is why I like Undefeatable so much, is because I didn't know what I was getting from Super Sonic in this game, and then to get the final Chaos Emerald for the first time, and then him go off and just... And then as the music hits and I actually get to start going, I'm like, oh, I actually get to be Super Sonic for once.
Yeah.
Instead of just hitting a bunch of QuickTime events.
I got you. I feel that.
Which is how the final boss ends up being. But, like, in general. So, I think this is the correct game to use going forward.
Okay.
Taking this game and maybe changing a couple of things. Maybe... I don't know. Because I say that, but I also think the Guardians were really good, which were just the mini bosses that were just in the world. So, I just think it's a huge collectathon, and I think modern AAA games rely a lot on that. All the Spider-Man games from Insomniac rely heavily on a collectathon aspect as well. And
but those are the only games that do that. Like, Bam Ham games are the only games that do that. Sorry, Bam Ham is Batman Arkham Asylum. That mash counter, hit, mash counter.
Yeah.
Those games are the only games that are collected. Like, collectathons, I think, are virtually dead. I think they died with the platformer.
And you know what? I will give you a slight agreement that the main ones that I see are what platforming games have become. Because the next one I was going to say was Mario Odyssey. Which...
That and, the PlayStation one. Astrobot. Astrobot is like the only platformer I could think in like the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Maybe not. I guess there's Hat Times and stuff like that, but they're not. They aren't popping off like they were when we were kids.
Yeah. So I think that's the only thing. That's the main thing that I want. I want Sonic to actually be fast in cyberspace levels if we do cyberspace levels again. Would like to see some creativity from that, not just here's a remix of a former Sonic level.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of my favorites is Generations, so I don't hate doing that. It just feels like we did that multiple times in a row now.
Yeah. Let's just fully... Almost like get rid of cyberspace and just fully lean into this new thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like they were scared that people wouldn't like the new game, so they put something there that they know has worked.
But also,
and then they messed it up.
I don't hate the idea of doing something like cyberspace, because I like doing...
Yeah, you can have it. It's not a negative, but...
Yeah.
I would have just went 100% in on the...
I think it adds a good...
I would just believe in yourself. That's all I'm going to say.
I think it's a good mark to use as story progression. Yeah. Because a lot of your unlock stuff is when you hit a certain amount of keys or when you get a certain Chaos Emerald, then things start to happen. But you also have a lot of that story happening with the memories and stuff like that, which is where I would say a lot of the main game comes from. Which, again, I didn't mind. You have to collect the memories, but you collect the memories so fast that it's... And then there's still a bunch left over even when you leave the island and finally finish it.
Okay.
So, it's not that bad. I like the characters that I really like the lore that we introduced. There's so much there. It's the first time that I would say I want a sequel, a straight up sequel to this game. I don't want to do Sonic something else and use the Frontiers engine. I want to come back to these islands and do more here. I want to know more about the Ancients. I want to know what their more connection is to
Sorry, pal, you ain't getting that.
To like the Master Emerald.
I feel bad for you, we ain't getting that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd be shocked if they do the Frontiers thing again. I know Sega and Sonic team always say, well, this is gonna be whenever anything good comes out, like, we're gonna follow this shit, and then they never do.
They did last time. When I say last time, I mean specifically with Generations.
Yeah, but we had 10 years in between.
They followed the Generations thing with the next games to such a fault that it hampered the games.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so when we're 40, you'll get Frontiers 2.
Okay.
Frontiers Generations, that's what you'll get.
Frontiers
Enjoy
Generations. I mean specifically with classic Sonic popping up in other games and to that game's detriment. I don't have a problem with doing... Like, I know that Superstars was apparently panned. I'm down for doing a classic side-scrolling Sonic game every few years and having bigger spaces between the 3D ones. I broke them.
No, you didn't break me. I'm trying to say what I want to say. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, there's just no 3D Sonic games that are as good as any of the 2Ds. Sonic Mania is the best Sonic game I ever played.
Sonic Mania is very good.
Yeah, so...
Which then connects to Sonic Forces. R.I.P.
I don't think I have anything else. Do you have anything else?
I do not. Not for this week.
All right,
I'm going to check that time.
Then I'm going to hit an outro just like this.
Go for it.
Leave, please. Bye.
I think this is our first episode that will go live on Apple Podcasts the same time as Spotify. I believe. I don't know. I don't hate Apple. I love Apple. I think they are great, and whatever I need to say to make sure that our stuff goes smoothly. They're a pain.
Keep the doctor away, as I heard.
They're a pain. Apple Podcasts is a pain, but I think I got it, and I think it's done well. Which, doubles the amount of platforms that we're on.
Yeah, there.
Because we were on one. But that means that I have to say stuff. We have to tell them that to please leave a review if you listen.
Oh, yeah, Never mind. I just went right near. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I'm going to shut up. I'm going to sit in this corner and be a good little worker of me.
Please leave a review, subscribe to us, do all that fun stuff. I don't even know what the terms are on Apple Podcasts because I haven't had an Apple phone in half a decade.
5-star review.
Is it 5 stars?
I have no idea. I'm just saying things I think I heard people
5-star review, 10 out of 10. Thumbs up. Whatever. Leave us a review and follow so you don't miss more. Subscribe so you don't miss more.
Tell me how much you hate all of my opinions.
Tell us how much you hate the Packers.
Please. I will. I would love to engage.
And until the next time.
Peace.